All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ukakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. On to Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. We'll make this a quick lesson through the Spirit of Yahweh, Lord willing. Once again, we are in that business of I told you so. And that's what this is all about. Hold on for a second. Wrong thing. And it says WEF just admitted cash will soon be illegal. So if cash is gonna be illegal for you other camps out there, what's gonna be legal? It's not hard assets. Gold and silver is not gonna be easily available out there, period. So how is everything going to take place? A lot of you Israelite camps are going to have a lot of explaining to do. Once again, we told you so. So this is redacted. Let me start out with the scripture real quick. This is Luke 6:8. And the Lord commanded the unjust steward, because he had done wisely, for the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. Who are the children of light? You Israelites. And you have no idea what's coming. All right. I'm still seeing Jake talking about cash, talking about trying to make it, millions of dollars. Jake mindset is not even moving forward. Jake mindset is just the here and now, and they swear top to bottom. They're still talking about real estate and all this other stuff. All that is not gonna matter. All of that is not gonna matter. All right. The only thing that's going to matter is if you're going to take that C-hip or not. If you're going to take that C-hip, you're going to be a product of destruction. You're going to be public enemy number one in the sight of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. If you don't take that C-hip, okay, you say C-hip, chip, then you may have a chance. But overall, the world's changing rapidly, and not for the better of the average poor individual or people that pretend to be rich. Because Jake have that mindset of flaunting their riches, telling how much they have in their bank account, when easily this is gonna about to say, all your money can go away within a push of a button. Then what you gonna do? All right, what are you going to do? So this is proof, once again, that GMS has been right. Prepare to suffer. So I'm going to let this thing play him.
Me saying this is CNBC News, front page news, now finally reporting what we've been warning about for years on this show. The house of cards is coming down. So we'll get to that part of it in a second with these banks collapsing.
And I like that. The house of cards is coming down. I like that. Because this shit is about to go down. And believe it or not, we may push this a lot, which we do through the Spirit, because that's the relevant topic. This is the most relevant topic out there. Who's doing what and all that, it matters, but it doesn't matter. This is gonna break a lot of people, because a lot of people have their investment into this world, and part of your investment is cash money, materialistic things. What are you gonna do? Let me get this real quick. What are you gonna do, people? What are you going to do? Job 2:8, I believe it's 2:8. Job 2:4, Slakia. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man have will he give for his life. So are you going to be those people that's trying to maintain that, the materialistic things? Or are you going to be one of those people that say, fuck it? Right? Because the world has people really believing the lies that's been told. Now they're telling you the things that you have put in your vesting time in. You're all in. Chasing this bag, chasing this money. Let me get this real quick too. Chasing this something that's not supposed to be chased. All that for nothing. I believe it's Proverbs 11:4. I haven't read it in a while. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. So riches don't mean dilly squat. It's not the ones looking for, but it was close. All right? It was close. Let me see if I can find the other one. Slovakia. Proverbs 23:5. Would thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? So, once again, cash, money, which everybody loves talking about, getting about the Benjamins and so forth. It says, the scripture says, would thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle towards heaven, meaning it doesn't stay. That's why fast money leaves you fast. Fast money leaves you fast. But in this case, fast money is going to vanish away, period. There's no comeback. All right? It's like that Dark Knight, when you had the Joker, I made a pyramid of all the cash, and these gangsters were like, yeah, we got it. And he burnt it all. And they was mad enough, they was upset about it, because that's what they've been chasing. Well, what is a chase when the thing that you've been chasing is come to find out is worthless? You just wasted your whole entire life for nothing. Let us go.
But first, cash.
You know what's so funny? So I used to work for CNBC, and I would show up for these segments, panel segments, right? And I would say, well, I'm really worried about the US dollar because of this. And I would share some books and they'd be like, oh, okay. Like the fellow panelists, they just were supremely unconcerned about yeah, whatever. People say that they're doom and gloom. They showed no interest when I was working there.
Well, now they do, apparently, because it's undeniable. And now you have the Fed saying these stress tests of these small banks, you had the Treasury Secretary a month ago. You had Jerome Powell about a month and a half ago saying that these small banks are facing severe strains, and a lot of them are going to collapse. They're going to be gobbled up, of course, by the larger banks. They told us this, and now CNBC acknowledging this. That is front page news. So we'll get there in a second, though. But first, one way to control a population, of course, is to control everything that you buy. And the best way to do that is to eliminate cash, because with cash, you can remain anonymous. One of the largest banks in Australia, I don't know how to say this in Australian English, Macquarie Bank, I'm going to say Macquarie Bank, just announced it's going cashless. And it will not allow customers to deposit or withdraw cash or checks from its office branches starting this month.
Damn it. So we see it's already in motion. This is not a thing that's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a thing that's, let me get that scripture real quick. Goddamn commercials, man. And that's another thing. YouTube changed so dramatically with the added commercials and so forth, because it made, when they make money, all of a sudden they want to add commercials and unwanted. Then they turn around and tell you if you want to get a commercial free, you got to pay. You always got to pay for something that should have been for free. Well, that's the world of Esau. Ezekiel 33 and 33. It says, and when this come to pass, lo, it will come. And what is that talking about? The prophecy. One of the major prophecy that's coming to pass. Though people try to pretend like it doesn't exist, or they try to say it's everything under the sun, but then what it is, they're telling you straight up, from the governments of the world, they are changing the dynamic of how spending is. All right, because they want to know exactly who's spending, what's being spent. They want full control. All right, they want complete control. You people pretend out there like shit is all good. You're gonna come to find out your world is about to come a hurting. All right, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Oh, there's no more prophets, right? There's no more prophets. They're not the prophets of the Lord has been saying this is going to happen. And he's going to explain everything. And he's going to, this is bad.
Raw cash or checks from its office branches starting this month. Reserve Bank data in April shows Australians then ran to the ATMs, according to Malcolm Roberts, and they made...
And that's called a bank run. All right? That's called a bank run. They did this in Greece around 2009, 10. They had bank runs in Greece where the Greek economy was shit, and that was part of NATO EU, all right. And no NATO country was trying to aid Greece and their economy. People forgot about that, all right. So there's gonna be a major bank run, and he's gonna explain it.
30 million ATM cash withdrawals, amounting to 9.5 billion in February, up from 3.6 from February of 2023. And that number is skyrocketing. So Australians are trying to get their money out, whatever cash they can from these banks. But guess what? They're going to be going to these ATMs, finding out that there's not a lot in there, and there's not going to be cash available for them. Australians are now protesting this. Here's a group of protesters who's saying, we need cash. Please do not take away our cash. Listen.
Cashless society, that sort of just means that they can track us, they can make new rules, and if we don't apply by those rules, well then they can cut our bank accounts. So if we don't have cash, we need to keep our freedoms, we need to keep our cash.
And the WEF is moving full steam ahead right now with its plans to remove cash, because you can't control people if I'm able to pay for things that you don't know about, right? If I want to pay the gardener, if I want to, not that I do illicit drugs, but, whatever I want to do, if I could use cash to do it, you can't control me, right? I want to pay someone for a used car, right? I want to pay in cash, which is how a lot of used car transactions take place, right?
Right.
I want to sell a computer. I sold something the other day, just cash.
An air filter.
Yeah, they sold an air filter, cash, right? So many businesses are already making the move to digital only, no cash allowed. Like this.
He said it the best. He said every business. So it's not a thing of a handful of places like how we seeing now. You go to the supermarket and there's not that much people that's behind the counter. The majority of people that's behind the counter, right, is probably a handful, and mostly you have to go and serve it for yourself. So everything's in play for the society to get to that point. Now this is happening on the other side of the world, and these other nations, they are all voluntarily going into. They may have their differences, right? And what laws and they want to apply in their country. Like I'm thinking of Ghana. Is it Ghana? Yeah, I believe it's Ghana, which don't want to with those moles. They don't want that shit around them. And there was another African nation, I can't remember, not Niger, but they was having a conflict where Nigeria, which was involved with America on the West, was going to go to war with this other nation or something. I forgot what it was. But that even, Uganda, if I'm not mistaken, Uganda find gold. And Uganda is fully on not, I believe it was Uganda, fully not going into this mode situation. And it will sound all righteous and everything like that, but they, guess what? They doing the same goddamn thing. They trying to get a cashless society. This is going to be a worldwide event, and all you people, all you doubters, all right, all you people, you naysayers, you're going to eat what they say in the world, crow. You're going to eat a lot of crow. All right, let's go.
Pub in Britain.
Okay, so where are we? We're in Winchester.
Let me skip this part. Let me go to the other part. Yeah, so you have people kind of protesting that, and it's calling it BS. What?
Cash. Like, whoa, dude. You mean you of simplicity, right? But really, it's about tracking you. And last week, the World Economic Forum held a summit in Saudi Arabia to accelerate their move to an all-digital currency, no cash.
And here's the caveat, so to speak. Let me get this real quick. Oh, two of them that come in mind. Sirach 19 or Ecclesiasticus. Was it 27? It says 26. There's a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit, casting down his countenance and making as if he had heard not. Where he is not known, he will do thee mischief before that thou be aware. And if for the want of power he will be hindered from sinning, yet when he find opportunity he will do evil. All right, because all of it all is about power. Is the want of power. This is what these elites want. They don't care. They have all the money in the world. They have all the real estate. They don't care. It's all about full, unadulterated power over the masses. All right. Let me get this one. It's another precept that come in mind. I gotta type it in. Well, you know what? Let me keep this basic stuff. The other precept, I mean, it's good too. Proverbs 21 and 3. 7, sorry. 22. It said, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is sovereign over the lender. It says, he that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail. So the rich ruleth over the poor. All right, when you go into the United States debt clock, let me see. I know I always got something that's supposed to be on. Yeah, whatever. And that makes me wonder too about sports, which we all know is all digital and everything like that. Because all these sports entertainers, all these athletes, they making record numbers, and you know they're all gonna sell out. Every last one of them. U.S. debt clock live and direct. So boom. All right, taxpayers. This is how much you owe per citizen. People never ask that question. Who the hell do you owe money to? Amazing, huh? Apostle 12 was telling us about somewhere around here. The M2. Shit. 513 to $1. It's a wrap, man. It's a fucking wrap. local debt, 7,000 per. Listen, man, who the hell do you owe money to? That's what we know who it is. That's why you people need to find out, because this shit is about to change everything.
During a WEF meeting in Saudi Arabia last week, the central bank governor of Bahrain, Khalid Houmadine, said ordinary people cannot be trusted to spend their money how they see fit. These are the words that came out of his mouth. And the elite must completely ban cash in the near future in favor of a digital solution, he said. Houmadine also, then he sort of boasted that the general public is going to accept what we tell them to accept, because they're going to do this without a struggle, because we're going to give them a central bank digital currency. And basically he's saying, you are all sheep, and when the elites speak, you will follow us. Watch him and listen.
If we think cash is the analog and digital currency is the form of digital, CBDC is the digital form of cash, today, clearly we're in a hybrid situation. We're using both. And we know in the past, when it comes to cash, central bankers were very much in control with all aspects of cash. And now we're comfortable to the point where the private sector plays a big role in the printing of the cash, in distribution of the cash, and with the private sector, we use interest rates to manage the supply of cash. The same thing is likely to happen with CBDC. Yes, the central bank will have a role, but at some point in time, the same way we don't call it central bank cash, we're probably going to stop calling it central bank digital currency. It's going to be a digital form of the cash, and at some point in time, hopefully, we will be able to be 100% digital. People are used to it. Right now, many of our payments are digital. The truth is, I said that we're in a hybrid model. There's less and less use of cash. And I think from predominantly digital with a little physical, I think the transition to fully digital is not going to be a stretch. People are used to it, people have engaged in it, and circumstances did help. Is adoption.
And why are people used to it for? Because gradualism. All right? They gradually had people going that route. You're talking about how you go from centuries, all right, from fucking centuries of doing the same thing. It wasn't cash, it was coins, all right. You had less than a century of cash, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm doing my math correctly. Say about, cash was around when there was a greenback, but before that, let's say it's 1913. So actually over a century of cash. Man, I'm just for the United States. But then you had the other side. And then all of a sudden, you just saying, oh no, you don't have to do it no more. You can use more fake money. So now people have no other choice, but they used to that other choice, and because of gradualism, they're dictating how you people think, and they believe. They don't give a fuck what you want. They know what they have to do. All right, and all you Negroes, you Latinos out there that's caught up in this whirlwind of this world, thinking that you making it because you have this amount in your account. One day you're going to get up and your account is going to be to zero. Some people are like, oh, I got money in the Swiss account. Okay. Zero. Easily. Because everybody's going that route. All right. The economy is going to crash and they're going to introduce this new form of how everything is going to be. And then they're going to say, well, everybody owes. So start all over again. And what's the solution to that? You invest your bottom line. It's gonna be that RFID microchip. You can't get around it. That's the point. All right. There's a lot of pretenders out there. There's a lot of people that's falsifying and having people believe that they can be that they can make it. All right, there's a secret route of not dealing with this. Nah, every man, woman, and child is going to be forced. All right, a life and death situation. Men and women's souls are going to be put in a line. So let this play.
Adoption rates increased because of COVID.
Yeah.
This is where contactless started to become something of a necessity, something of
Convenient.
a safety, something of a requirement.
And like he said, convenient. Because that was a trial run. That was a trial to see. And a lot of people failed that trial run. All right. So when they throw the big one at you, a lot of people is gonna fold. Because people, like the elites know, they're sheeples. They're stupid. They're useless eaters. You're nothing but useless eaters. The elite sees a lot of these people. And I'm watching NFL Network. And when you watch sports, you can see the rabid behavior of people, of things that have nothing to do with them. A lot of these sports are fixed. So they see you as how you are. There's no respect factor to it. You're gonna go and spend your hard working money, knowing that shit's getting tighter. You're gonna go to live events, spend mad money for that moment in your life, or your child said we went to this thing and that thing. Any subject that comes about, you falter. All right. Any change in the wind, you don't care what happens outside of America. You don't care what's going on in the world, what's really gonna affect your world. How the US dollar has completely, utterly lost its purchasing power around the world. And everybody's dropping the dollar. You don't even know that. A lot of majority of you people you can't fathom that. So the world of hurting is coming. A world of hurting is coming. Let me let this guy play.
And because of that, there is very little resistance. Trust is already there. We just need to build it in a way that makes sure that we safeguard the risks. Cybersecurity risk is a must, and it needs to be dealt with at the national level. And to counter cybersecurity risk, you need to continue to invest, you need to continue to collaborate, and you need to continue to train. With those three...
Wait, hold on. Salakia. Did he just say what I think he just said?
Very little resistance. Trust is already there. We just need to build it in a way that makes sure that we safeguard the risks. Cybersecurity risk is a must, and it needs to be dealt with at the national level. And to counter cybersecurity risk, you need to continue to invest, you need to continue to collaborate, and you need to continue to train. With those three things, we've done it in the past. I think we should be able to manage these risks.
Okay.
So before she say her 2 cents, how illogical is that? So you put in with cash, you are able to keep things functional, but now they want you to they want to move things into a digital thing where now you have to rely on AI and everything to maintain order and structure so you don't lose it all. Like, how stupid can you get? I remember the brother Ahmad Gabar, he did a video of crypto, and he's had a video of people before the crypto whole thing blew up. I mean, he's talking about years before crypto was even make mention. So they had a little machine and he took somebody's cash and said, yeah, get rid of the worthless cash and to get crypto. So you taking something that's worthless but something else that's even more worthless because it's not tangible. All right, it's not hard set. So how are they going to make this tangible? They have to put a device in people. All right? They have to put it. They're gonna have to put a device because you can lose your wallet, you can lose your cash, you can lose orders. And then the position that they're moving, and basically he's saying like, look, we already got your people's trust because you that goddamn stupid. All right. So man, the world's about to change. The world is about to change for real.
I have a lot of questions there. A lot of questions there.
And I'm sure the infrastructure that just had a massive cyber outage in Britain the other day for their airplanes when they were all grounded. Imagine like the same infrastructure applies to your payments in one afternoon.
Sure.
Right? I mean, this is what we're talking about. The cybersecurity risk was
Yes.
completely
Money is hacked all the time.
right.
All the time.
What are your questions?
Okay. So first of all, who died from cash during the COVID pandemic?
Didn't you hear?
No, I
Didn't
know
you
that
hear
that
that-
was the rumor. I would like some data on that.
There was
Okay.
hundreds of thousands of people apparently perished because they were licking cash.
Because
And
they
it was
were
covered in-
exchanging money.
Right, like if I had COVID and I coughed onto like $100 bill because that's all I carry.
Right. So that's a passé thing to say that it was
And I handed it
necessity
to
of
you,
cash.
you would have gotten it. Right, it was a
Right.
joke. It was ridiculous.
And he's still saying it, so that should be unacceptable to say in civilized society at
Right.
this point. But the second part that he says, if you read about a great book that I want to suggest is called Layered Money, about the history of currency and why currency was ever put in the hands of governments was basically just propaganda. Julius Caesar liked the idea of his face on dollars, and then the Roman Empire could devalue the amount of nickel or whatever metal was in each coin and give themselves more money. So they were not able to resist enriching themselves through.
And why did she bring up the Roman Empire? Because history repeats itself. This is the last leg of the Roman Empire. And everybody and their mother knows exactly what happened to the Roman Empire is happening right now. Live and direct. Action pack. The handwriting on the wall. The devaluing of the denarius, I believe it was called, of the Roman Empire. Now the American dollar. Not only the American dollar, all forms of currency around the world. Something that is worthless, they taking the worthless junk to take real assets, which is real estate, every form of real cash, gold, silver. They have it, but they have everybody else in this pretend world that they have. The things that they have is tangible. It is real. But it's not.
The control of a central currency that is controlled by the government. But what he's saying is that since then, private companies have been able to wrestle control already out of these governments, and now they control the cash flow. He said that in the beginning. So no longer are governments in control of money. It's really the globalists, the finances, the bankers. That's an amazing thing to admit out
Right.
loud, that we've already wrestled control away from global governments. We are, in fact, moving towards a globalist society. Anyone catch that? That's outrageous.
No, it's absolutely the case.
And like you said, it's absolutely the case. The game is rigged. All right? The game is fucking rigged. So now, once again, who do you owe? And who you owe is the elites. That's why the famous saying of one of the Rothschilds says, give me, I don't care who passes the law, give me a nation's currency. That's all they want. Because whoever controls the currency controls the rule. So I'm going to end it off on this. Two more scriptures. Revelations 13, obviously. In 15, it says, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. That's why everything goes back reminiscent to the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire is one of the main ideals of the globalists. All right, full control, but this time they want to control each and every last citizen to control your soul. All right, it's all about control at the end of the day. It says, and that image is the New World Order. And I believe it's the same one that it said, if you complain about not having citizens, too many less people, we could replace that with robots. So they heading in full throttle while everybody else is, like the scripture says, the children of this world is wiser than the children of light. Because they setting it up perfect for them. They rigged the game. It says, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So the system is being rigged. Well, you heard Trump's narrative. It said anybody that's anti-sim should be put to death. All right. So they want to bring in a death penalty for disagreeing with what's the word I'm looking for? The status quo, right? Which that goes into the Noahide law, where you can't talk about these people, because who's running those banks? The small hatters. All right. So they're the ones that's initiating this whole concept. And it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So every single person is going to be, you want to be part of the system? You want to live a certain type of lifestyle? You want to have things go your way? You want to live in a certain type of way? You're going to have to take this. All right? You don't want to be thrown out in the wilderness? You're going to have to take this. Here it is. There's homelessness at an all-time high. People are dying right and left. And people actually believe in their heart that there's going to be a place for them. It's amazing. It says, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And that word for forehead is metaphor. Metapon. All right. Sounds familiar. And it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, which that mark is charagma. All right, so it's a physical device that's going to be put into people to track their whereabouts, to track their finances, track everything. Because buying and selling got to do with everything in the society. All right. It says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for his number is 603. 603 All right. So, hey, what more can I say? It's all going down. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations of shalom.